Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. This is a tough moment for all of us, and we know you have questions. Bybit has delisted CBX, and while this wasn't the outcome we wanted, we are here to address it. And we have always believed that CropBytes is stronger because of our community now more than ever. We need your support, but this is not the end. CBX is still available on MXC. And to talk more about this and what's next, I'd like to hand it over to Sandeep.
Uh, Fine. So, there is like a lot of going in the community as well as like an internal and external things. Uh, so I know like a lot of you guys are disappointed. Of course, like we are also disappointed with this news actually because right, which we are not expecting. Actually, right, we are expecting that ST mark to be removed actually. So because right, what and all that requirements there Bybit is asking to follow right in order to remove the ST mark, we have followed 10x more than that. We have followed 10x more than that. Actually in general, like we need to follow that for 10 days. So after that, right, automatically the ST mark need to be removed, and it came as like a surprise for us, for as a team also, like because we are not expecting it. In our sense, right, we are thinking that right, okay, everything is okay because right, we have received the mail that every day right we are meeting the requirements, etc., and we are meeting the requirements with like a very greater margin of 9 to 10x more. What and all for the, if they are asking for a spread less than 1%, right, we are making it like less than 0.01%. A lot of things right tightly we are meeting, and then right based on that right, we are expecting that STMR to go to be waived off in few days. And actually this Monday right we are expecting this STMR to be waived off, and a lot of things right we're anticipating, and it suddenly right this came as a surprise for us. And but what to? I mean, we have prepared like an okay. This came definitely right. That there is like there is nothing wrong for you guys to upset, and because right, we as a team we are also upset, and but right, it's not the end, right? Before we are there before this Bybit listing and all the stuff. So right now we just want to we are planning like a what's next, where in which exchange we can able to build the liquidity. Right now we have MEXC and other smaller exchanges, so we thought of like building some greater liquidity in MEXC, and we want to connect that connector bot to CropBytes platform, so that right price on MEXC as well as like platform also right will be same, so that it's not required for users to do a transfer and then a trade on the particular platforms. So all these initiatives right we are taking, and if possibly right we are in discussions with like a top. I mean, we just want to get in like a one top seven exchange again. So we are discussing already. We have initiated a discussions as soon as right we have got this news, and all these things right we are planning up from one side. And it's not, I mean, in general it's imagine like okay, I understand that it came as a shocking to you, that like more shocking and surprising to us than you guys actually, because right we are as we know like we are doing good and we are daily receiving the mails from the Bybit exchange like okay, today you matched the criteria, some X days to go, some X days to go, and suddenly when we hear this right, it's definitely shocking, because at least you guys don't know like after ST market right, so what is the scenarios there and what is happening. But we know that after the ST market we are making this following these requirements, that too in like a very greater margins. So definitely we anticipated, when we are anticipating these ST mark to go, wave off right, same time I mean, when we are anticipating these right, this kind of a news right, suddenly it's like in a big bomb for us. But what I can say right, it's not the end, if not that right, because right there is like a positive things also in that, based on the requirements what Bybit is asking to mention, follow right, it is having like a pros and cons actually. It may, as I'm talking in the texting in the community just often on the same thing. So there is like a lot of scope for us to lose a spread, I mean liquidity, or that some, I mean there are some people can able to manipulate it and get the CBX for cheaper price, and that's what is happening. I think like somebody is like Tushar or somebody is also right a month back also just texting the same. If we are following these requirements, that we know where we can't able to move the price up or something like that, because right every time you need to keep that liquidity over there. So when there is like too much of a liquidity in spread in that kind of a tighter spread, right? There is like a obviously scope of like manipulations, and people who want to get it for cheaper, right, they will do a cheaper, and people who want to manipulate it, they will do that manipulations. All these things, right, we are also a bit of watching this all these things, and we are taking necessary actions, and we literally did like an war every day in order to tackle all those stuff, not to save the Bible. But irrespective of that, right, we have been delisted, but it's okay. There are like a, some. I mean, I'm assuming like there will be like positive outcomes, and we no need of making like this much of a tighter spreads, right? So there will be like not too much of like people will be coming and deploying some bots and doing some kind of a manipulations actually. And there is no rule. I mean, earlier, right, when we are managing their matching their criteria, as we all the seconds, the by all the second all the time we need to maintain the spreads, right? There is somebody trying to come into the market and accumulating a lot of CVX for cheaper price. All these things are happening now. At least, right, I'm just thinking positive side of it. Right now, we don't have that thing, and I'm seeing right even better picture of CVX from now. Actually, at least after this 18th, and the kind of measures what we are taking, we are want to improve greater liquidity in MEXC, as well as we want to list the CBX into now we have like a CBX tokens in two chains actually. Although that we have not announced it, we in order to play this conquest game in is right, as this is a DApp, we have deployed some part of a tokens in Polygon pool and some part of tokens in Scale pool. For both the networks, right, we'll be opening some good DX decentralized platform where there will be like a transaction fee was like a very negligible, and more, right, we are considering, we are discussing with a base network also to deploy these tokens and some of our games into the base network. So right, we will be spreading out these supply into multiple chains, and adding bringing some more DX listings. And apart from that, right, we just want to, we are trying out for to get into some, we're in discussions with some exchanges which is under top 7 to get listed, to make to list CBX. So all these things, right, we are working on out, working around. So uh, so these are the this is a bit about the token actually. I mean, overall, right, one thing I want to say, it's not like okay, at least right, there will be like not too much of a price manipulations, and people will try to accumulate CBX for cheaper, and we can see, I mean, I'm as anticipating as I'm seeing from it from a very close picture, right? I'm just seeing. I mean, I can able to understand that there can be like a bit of a bounce back for sure. Actually, that is what my observation. I mean, it can be right or wrong, but this is what my observation, and that is what I'm feeling at this moment. And regarding this updates on this games, right? It's not like we are not doing. I think we are pushing this updates consistently. Last week alone, we have did an event for Ring the Bell, and Christmas at the around the Christmas and early Jan also, right, we have done like multiple events around that time. And in terms of like conquest also, right, we are all set to deploy. I mean, we have already deployed that in Scale network, and we are testing, and we are just Scale team is also about to test it like today and tomorrow, and we are about to get that also as soon as possible, and we are opening to get welcome new users from various networks. So I can say like okay, once we, I mean, we have worked on like how to deploy these things on other networks, and welcome, we had some kind of like a blueprint like how to work on these like other networks. So now one network we have already deployed, and very soon that once after like a Scale also test and everything, right, we will be deploying that in the production. So similarly, right, we will be working with, we're already in contact with other networks also to deploy these conquest game in other networks. It's not like I mean, earlier we thought of like a Polygon, but right later, right, Scale had some shown some like a very great support in terms of like an expo taking this game to their massive user base. So right, we preferred like we want to push this to Scale as a P0. So all these things are happening, and mostly, right. See, we or always see, you can say like over last 6 years, right, we have never stopped developing. I mean, updates may be slower or quicker or slower, but right, we never stopped this development, and it will be like sad to see like when something is like okay, some news or some hoax hovering around like okay, we are stopping this development. Okay, what will happen if Bybit has been gone? It's just an exchange, right? It's not the end, right? Like we are all done, we are all dedicated, we are all given our kept our commitment high to work and continuously build these products. And I mean, our ultimate goal is to make this as a, like an better product. And of course, like we are in it actually. We never stop on deploying something. It only it's a matter of like okay, because of like as there is like a lot of things going on in terms of like an wallet integrations or partnerships with other networks or even other games also, right? We are focusing on. We're just trying to see like how do we make CBX put in other games and give some like more use cases. It's not meant only for their user bases, but whenever if you add some kind of a CBX to new game, right, it's alone coming as a new use case, right? All these things we are doing, and I mean, it's a fact that we have never stopped building, and in future also, right, we will never stop. If there is something, if we want to close for this some small hiccup or smaller bigger hiccups, right, we should have been done this long back actually, not at this point. So I mean, irrespective of all this, what I want to say, that we'll never stop building these products, and we'll be sure that, right, I mean, we'll be having some kind of updates continuously. Yeah, so these are the things, right? I just want to convey you guys, like if you have any kind of a questions or if you want to ask anything, right, feel free to ask. And oh, sorry, I forgot to inform one major thing. So in terms of like an so last couple of months, it only events are happening in um, CropBytes form, and but that too, right, will be taking some kind of dev efforts, right? So even though ring the bell or any other events, right, which we have did for the tractor, or that is also comes with the development, right? Without development, although it's not like an just a seasonal event, but it's also involving some kind of a lot of dev efforts, right? Apart from that, right, there is some kind of like an mm, a big thing. Next big thing on forms is also on cards. Actually, the team is working on that, and we had kept an we have prepared an one paper for this NFT land kind of a thing. But like we have got like an some feedbacks based on this, right? We just considering a few corrections over it, and if there is any feedback from you guys also, right, we are ready to take on this particular thing. And apart from that, right, in order to we are thinking like how to onboard like a massive crowd, I mean massive user flows, how to onboard a massive user flow. I mean, in respect of like a web 2 and web 3, right, it's okay. We're working towards like okay, if we, even though if it is not a web 3 user, right, we are ready to onboard a web 2 user, and some kind of time, right, we can able to convert them as into this web 3 ecosystem. So all these things, right, we are trying around actually. So that is for the CropBytes, specifically for CropBytes forms. Yeah, over to you, Chinmay.
Hey guys, if you have any question, now is the time. See, in terms of development, like Sandeep said, we are looking at different chains and more use cases for CBX. Uh, we do introduce a lot of new campaigns and events for you guys, and for all of these, uh, we just want your support with the new game, with the Unseen Battleground as well. Like it's such an amazing game to play, right? And it has CBX integrated into it. So this is not just a fluke, and more such development in the future can come. And there are so many possibilities with our ecosystem expansion, our multi-chain approach. We building on base. We are already testing our game Conquest on scale, and the scale team is invested in us, which is through their community, their interest, and their so they have seen potential, right, in Conquest. And you guys have been there last year. The entire year we spent so much time building so many unique things with Conquest. We created wallpapers, we created comics. No other game have I seen doing so many things just to provide some or the other thing to their community. And all we are expecting you guys is your support, because we want to ship this game as soon as possible. We are not here to just sit with the code and just launch a half cooked game. We are working constantly with each of our sprints, each of our updates, harder, and uh, you know with all the visuals and the gameplay, it is a really complex game to actually ship. Okay, and with and 1.4 update is almost ready. We are testing it as we speak, so it can come out any day now. And it will have even more game loops along with the farm game. So we just need you guys to be patient a little bit. I know this is a unfortunate moment for us that we have been delisted, but we are still on other exchanges, and we'll keep on exploring new exchanges so that it is more accessible for you guys. We launched the trading competition, but 80% of you were not even able to participate in it because Bybit is almost banned in your country. So what's the point of even being on such an exchange where our community are the only ones who are not able to participate, right? So we will be exploring new chains, we'll be exploring new exchanges, and we'll be exploring more avenues for CBX to explore the use cases and provide more value to you guys. So we just want you to keep faith in us, and if you have any questions, we are here for you. Cool, I see you guys posting on the community. mm, okay, there's one question: why can't we withdraw in real time? Okay. Sandeep, is this something that we can answer? See, withdrawal has been an issue for the longest time, I guess, for you guys. But we keep on saying that this is because uh, we want the system to be secure. This is purely for the security reason that we have kept it this way. And I'm not sure what else to say about this.
Yeah, earlier we have an automated withdrawals actually, but right we have seen some like a security concerns over it. So so thereafter, right, we have bought the system like where each and every withdrawal needs some manual approval. I mean, manual approval means that everything is processed. Withdrawal is not processing manually, but that manual approval of these particular withdrawals like we have bring out some process over there. Only thing, right, what we can do is at this moment we can need to we'll try to speed up this process, try to get reduce the delay over there. Even no major exchanges like I mean all all the major exchanges, even the Bybit or Binance, right, are following their the similar process, but only difference that they have like a lot of a manpower over there to pass this. So there will be like delay will be in a few minutes over there, as they have like a plenty of a manpower over there to do these approvals. But this has been a standard where everybody is following, so we like to follow that standards, and I mean we'll try to reduce the timeline. So, Tushar, can you speak? So, just I have seen the message. So, regarding like reducing of a DAU. So, I just want to know, like anybody here, like trading in futures. Yeah. So the okay the so Tushar, just want to reply you. So, the thing is that currently what is happening? Okay, the market is BTC pumping and everything is bullish. But right, if you see the liquidations in last 1 month, right, is like a near to 160 billion. So that right, market is um eating that all the capitals actually, and that is the reason why, right? It's like, first of all, right, if somebody want to play or somebody want to try something new, right? So they need to be have like enough capital, right? But that kind of a capital, so okay, although the market is bullish for sure, and the prices of like top BTC has been pumping, but right, there is like a huge in the form of liquidations, right? Just in last 1 month, it is 160 billions. So a lot of capital is getting eaten by market. So that's why, right, only if you have like enough capital, right, people can able to do or try new things or these things. So that is the reason for that drop actually. It is not only for us, it is for everyone like that actually. Not we are not just in a single game which is affected by this. Okay, so one more thing. So CBX for from message from Susha, CBX price falling biggest reason, no new buyers or no new formats. It's definitely not that actually. If you check like metrics of minting and mining, right? Minting has been burning has been more than average. Burning has been more than minting. So there is a demand, but because of like a few things, like since we matching this Bybit requirement, right, people can able to get it for cheaper price by doing some kind of a trick. So that is what, right, a major reason for the dump. I That's what my observation is, and that's why, right, we are a bit of a confident that, right, since we are no longer need to go through that procedure, right, and people also can't able to do these kind of like tricks or manipulations. And for this thing, right, you can just observe, you can go to the metrics, like I think we have these metrics like a mined amount of CBX mined as well as burnt, right? You can go through that metrics, so you'll find an answer. And one thing earlier I forgot to inform you guys. So okay, there is like an lot of CBX has been uh, which is supposed to be burnt in is there in stored in particular wallet. We'll be pushing that all the CBX to null minus one wallet, which is like a secondary burn wallet in the Ethereum chain. As we can't able to transfer that into null address, right? We are sending it for null minus one. So that also, right, we'll be doing very quickly, in the sense that we'll be getting some update from the marketing team. Like mostly, right, we'll be doing it in within like a maximum of less than 2 or 3 days. So if somebody is having question like why we can't able to send that to original burn address, right? Try sending one CBX to burn address, and you will understand this. But right, we can send it to null minus one address, which is considered as a secondary burn address, where like a lot of tokens has been sent, millions of tokens has been sent for burn. I mean, millions of tokens in the sense, millions worth of other tokens has been sent to the address. We also, right, will be sending these all these 33 million CBX to that secondary burn wallet on Ethereum chain. Tushar, if there is anything, feel free to open and ask. And not only Tushar, everyone who want to talk and discuss, right? Feel free to unmute yourself and discuss.
I see few of you typing. Instead of typing, if you speak, it would be better.
So, how do you see CBX in next 2 3 years? Because we didn't see close new use cases for our assets. Fine. What I can say, right? See, right now, the drop which we have seen from last 2 3 weeks, right? As per me, right, that also, right, not supposed to come actually. It is not just some kind of like a organic drop or general drop from our users, definitely for sure. And I mean, I'm anticipating it's only because of like somebody's. So some people are making some thousands of dollars because we are having maintaining like very tighter spreads in Bybits. As this is not getting into longer, right? As no longer this is not coming, right? I'm anticipating that, right, wherever the price at least like in bit upper side at least like last 6 months where the price is, right, it should be quickly get into that picture in very quick time. That is what my anticipation is. Generally we should not be talking about the price, but this is what my observation. As see, I'm the person who every 1 hour or as soon as I slept or I woke up, right, I used to open the Bible and see the price. So this is what my observations actually. So hoping for that thing, I hopefully, right, you can mark the same votes in the next community call. Most probably from 3 to 4 weeks. You can check over it. No problem. If you want to type some more, right? Some more questions, right? You can type. We'll be waiting for you to answer those. You're saying something, Sumit?
No, no. I see Happy Farm saying the crop needs to come out quicker, and I think we were talking about this in the morning. So Happy Farms, you can stay tuned. We'll definitely do something about this. Cool. Okay, guys. So to wrap it up, if you have any questions, we'll be on the chat, and if you feel more comfortable typing it out, it's okay. Uh, but yeah, we need your support. Keep engaging, keep playing, keep the energy up. We are in this together. You're not alone. And the best way to strengthen CBX is by staying active in the ecosystem. So we'll share the updates soon. Uh, this is not the end. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, community.